It's official. You should subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel, but also they're actually going. I mean, we'll keep this one shorter and sweeter since we already kind of talked about this. You know, apparently this is the biggest transfer in history, but if you've missed this rant before, they're buying a major spot. Like Falcons, unless this roster completely self-implodes in like 4 months, which is always possible. Never say never. That is possible. They will be in the major because they're keeping the core of Heroic. So now it's going to be Magis, NiKo, Kicks, and Dexter Tesses, which is, you know, this is basically the same composition of roster minus Shush plus Magis minus Nerds plus NiKo, right? So from that standpoint, they should be competitive. But, you know, chemistry is a thing. If we've learned anything as the game of Counter-Strike develops, it matters a lot, actually. Why did NiKo leave G2 for this? Money. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm sure he'll have a, you know, he said he's going to talk about it. There might be other reasons, whatever. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's just dollar dues. So I think this roster will be relatively competitive. We're going to see them in the major, like I said, unless they completely implode. But I also think this version of this team, unless people start elevating their game to another one, like for example Dexter, unless Dexter kind of takes another step forward with his op game, and unless Tesses kind of gives like maybe 5% more, I think they have an outside chance of like doing real damage at the major and just kind of being outside looking in. And all that to say, I don't know if NiKo's ever going to get his major with this being the roster around him. I think at the end of the day, this is just like, I think for NiKo, this is just going to be sad. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't really see a scenario where this team is going to magically just like pop off at the major, though. I can't imagine it. Like Dexter's been serviceable, but not like a major winner opper. You know what I mean? Like he needs to find more. Tessis has been actually very good. I just think he needs a little bit more. Like if you're going to be going toe to toe with like JL Bit on like Navi, or like just surely Donk alone, or and I'm talking like just output on the server. You know, FaZe is going to have Frozen and Elige. Vitality is going to have Rops, Zywoo, Flames. Like they just need a little bit more out of Tesses, I think, for this roster to be competitive. But this pretty much confirms we're going to see Falcons in the major. And I think also that NiKo, I think there's a good chance we don't ever see him win the major, which is, well, just kind of sad, bro. Like, to think that that Boston game might end up being like, that's just crazy to think about. Boston, and then obviously, you know, he had his chance versus Navi, but that one I don't really view as much of a chance because NiKo is dragging that team kicking and screaming into the finals. While in the finals, everybody just remembers the whiff in heaven, but like that team was, yeah, I think the real chance was Boston. I guess we got to wait and see. You know, as I'll keep repeating this, I definitely think if this roster doesn't work, we really got to. You know, I think Zonic goes from being like one of the great coaches in CS to just the really good coach with Astralis, like pretty quickly. I feel like that kind of changed. Like they don't get it together now. Like I don't know if this doesn't work. Like surely just Falcons implodes this roster and runs it back in a different way. Them not getting m0NESY is such a brutal. Yeah, this roster without m0NESY just doesn't really have that same firepower and like umph to feel like they can compete for a major and winning it. But yeah, let's keep it short and sweet there. I think we already kind of talked about this, so I don't want to like just go in circles just for another video's sake. But you know, it is pretty much confirmed now that this is what's happening, as Heroic has announced that they lost Kicks and Dexter and Tesses. So it's good to talk about it a little bit, but I think we've already done that so far. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the Clips and Highlights channel. And that goes for both the live chats right now watching. Thank you.